What's up? My name is Bob from Shed the Music, and let's write a cool song. So first step is I want to make sure this is configured. I'm going to keep this at the key of C, but I'm going to change my tempo. I'm going to make my 134. You make yours, whatever you want. What I would do is go to your favorite song, type it into Google, and then write BPM after. It'll give you the tempo. Maybe steal the tempo of your favorite song. They're not going to care. All right, make sure your metronome is on. So I have those three things: key, tempo, met. Now let's create a chord track. So we're going to go to Add New Track, and we're going to go to Keys. Now you can choose any instrument here. It goes to piano, so I'm going to click on piano. Let's find a cooler instrument. You can trial instruments by playing the play thing there. This one sounded pretty good. So then you can click it. I want Pink Carol. Now that is your sound here. All right, so you're going to click on chords, and what that's going to do is it opens up this. So I'm going to turn here, and this is pretty much like an accordion. So you have one note, there's your button, and that button plays your chords. Now, a chord progression is a sequence of chords, and how long that chord plays, like that is called the harmonic rhythm. So I could have the C chord for 4 beats. I can have the D minor chord, that's what that M means, for 4 beats, and I can have like the E minor for 2 beats. How long that chord lasts, that's called the harmonic rhythm. But I want to make sure that I can easily change that, so I'm going to change my grid size to the quarter note. Now, if I drag anything inside of here, it's going to drag it in the quarter note. So let's get to my ideas. I like the way that sounds. Okay, so move your playhead to the beginning. I'm pressing that down. 2, 3, 4, bum. Oh, yes, this is important. You gotta turn your metronome on. Come on, what's wrong with me? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I have that. And let's dun, dun, dun. But this is held out for twice as long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this out, and I'm double clicking. I'm going to the piano roll, and now I see all those notes. So I'm going to highlight these notes, drag the end, and I'm going to make them last that whole time. Now if I click up top here, I can turn on loop. And now I'm going to loop this so I can listen to it. I didn't move this note over. Boom, 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 boom. I'm already getting ideas, right? I'm like singing along with it. Boom, 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 boom. But that means we need bass, because that's what that is, that pumping sound that gives you the power. That's bass. So let me show you how to make a bass track. So now that we have our chords here, I'm going to highlight all of them, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to merge them. Now they're all one. I'm going to hold Option on my keyboard. So I have Option on my keyboard here. You see what it does there? It's changing this. Hold Option, click, and drag it down. Now I have an extra track with the exact same stuff. Go into the piano roll, and I'm going to make my piano roll really tall. And that allows me to see lots. And I'm going to delete all the top. So now what I have are these bass notes. And those are my bass notes. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go and I'm going to create a bass sound for this. And I have my keyboard here. You can also use your typing keyboard, but this is how I'm going to see if I like some of these sounds. All right, I like that sound. Let's hear if it's in the... All right, now let's listen for some mix. It sounds really loud, so I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. And I wanted that doom, 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 doom. So I have to actually put that in. So I have to write that in here, and this just takes practice. This is a 3-2. You've heard this. That means that it's 3/16, bump, bump, followed by 2/16. That happens all the time. So I'm going to do the exact same thing for all the rest of these notes. Just clicking, and then you can move the ends. 3-3-2. You never want bass notes to ring into each other. It just sounds horrible. Don't want it to sound bad. We want it to sound good. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm doing this twice. I'm going to highlight. This is a hack. I highlighted, and I'm moving it over. There you go. Let's see what that sounds like. right, see how all those are long? I don't want them all long. So I'm gonna highlight them all. I'm holding Command. And I'm giving a little bit of space in between all of them. They're still a little long. There you go. You should be hearing like some drums on that. If you aren't hearing drums on that, you need to hear drums on that, because that's fun. I'm hearing drums on that. So I'm going to add new track. I'm going to go to drums and beats, patterns, beat maker, and I'm just going to have my one measure. And if I have my one measure, I just see that there, right? I'm going to find a good sound. Okay, so I'm gonna get this. You want your snare, usually it's gonna be on 2 and 4 or beat 3. This is on 2 and 4. Listen to what happens if it's on just beat 3. Oh, that's half time, right? We just feel it different. Okay, so now I have that written, it's right there, and I am going to move that all out. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna loop that some more. I want to add in another chord part, and let's go to keys. Maybe I'm gonna add in some sort of synth. I'll find some good synth. Nice synth lead. Not that. Yeah, let's do that. Legacy. I'm going to go to chords here, and I'm going to find a good arpeggio. So, quick arp. That sounds like Daft Punk. I love it. Okay, so I started here, and then there, and then I did this. And I did that twice. Okay, let's listen to what that sounds like. Volume-wise, I think it can come down a little bit. It's a little hot. If you want to go crazy, you can add in like a filter too. If I go to sweep, and if I move this down, and then I can move this up, listen to what this sounds like. But we'll get rid of that. Now that we have that in, I'm just going to do some really quick arranging. I'm going to move this stuff out here. Maybe I'm just going to start with the bass. Maybe I'm going to start with the bass and some drums, but it's not going to be everything. Maybe it's just going to be bass and maybe it's just bass and snare, right? And then over here, we'll do snare, and then I'll just have this go out here. And so let's listen. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna go add in our chord part. We want to build, right? All right, and then let's put in a hole here. So it's gonna be nothing. And then the next time it comes in, it's gonna come in with this. It's gonna be killing. I'm so excited about this. And what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to start thinking about melodies on top. And the melodies could be either sung, or you can play them on the keys. I'm copy and pasting this over. Or you can start thinking about like a verse if you want to rap a verse or something. Hey. That's what I'm hearing in my head, right? This is the sound. This is the sound that's in my head. I'm just going to record that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to record that. I set up a mic here. I just went to add new track. I went to voice and mic, and I'm going to arm it. Press the little R here. I hear the sound in my head. It wakes me up from my bed. All right, now I have that. I hear the sound in my head. Let's do some. It wakes me up from my bed. Just want to get. I hear the sound in my head. It wakes me up from my bed. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm going to turn that off because that's annoying. But we went from no song to song. Didn't need to know this, but we still had our ears. Your ear is the most important tool. So have fun with this and get some friends together, write a song.